It is Thursday again, first graders. I hope your week is going really well, that you are feeling successful, that you're doing a lot of learning, that you're doing some relaxing, that you're doing lots of exercise and playtime, and that you're enjoying spending time with your family. Today, for reading and writing, we're going to start first with our story and our questions about our story. So, remember yesterday in our Grace Reader, you read the story Grace the Performer. Today, if you would like to reread Grace the Performer, reread means to read again, to kind of freshen it in your brain. That might be a great idea, because after you read the story again, or maybe you have a good memory and can remember from yesterday, Mrs. Hoffman would like for you please to take your kitty cat workbook, and you have you're going to go to 19.2. Looks like this, 19.2, and you're going to answer some questions about Grace the Performer. So your first question says, what is the job of a mime? Okay, you read in your story about what a mime is and what they do. Number 2, what tricks did Grace do to make the children smile? And remember, if you want to challenge yourself, you can put the page numbers down. And then you have just one more question. And this is a two-part question. It says, which trick did you like best that Grace did in our story? So you need to write down which trick that you liked best that Grace did, and tell us why. Why was that your favorite? Why did you like that one the best? Okay? So you get to choose out of all the tricks that Grace did. So you're going to reread the story, Grace the Performer, and then answer your 3 questions about the story on 19.2. When you finish reading your story and answering the questions, come on back, and we're going to do a little bit of work with some sounds of N, and we're also going to review our spelling words as you're continuing to work on those. All right, come on back in just a few. Okay, you are back. How are those spelling words coming this week? Are you getting to be spelling word experts with our N sound? Remember, our words this week are focusing on the different spellings for N. Just one N, like in nose. 2 N's, like in running. Or that tricky spelling KN, like in the word kneel. You ready to read the words with me? Center, nose, nugget, running, winner, knit, kneel, and witch. Nice job. All right, are you finding creative ways to practice your spelling words? Maybe you're doing a handstand and you're spelling your words out loud. Or maybe you're hanging upside down from your tree and you're spelling your words out loud. Maybe you're taking all the rocks that are in your yard and you're spelling your words with rocks. I don't know what you're doing. Let me know what interesting ways that you are practicing your spelling words. I would love to see them. All right, we're also going to look at some different ways to make the N sound before we do a workbook page. If you have your whiteboard, you can join me, or just a piece of paper, you can join me. We've got our N in the middle here, so you can draw an N and a circle around it. And then we have our 2 arrows, one with a 1 and one with a 2. Okay. And of course, the number 1 means that that's the way that we're going to see it spelled most of the time. Okay? And we've got some N sounding words spelled just with the letter N. We have our word nap, spelled just with the letter N. Fun, just with the letter N. And nod, with just the letter N. And that makes the N sound. Now, sometimes N is going to need a teammate. He's going to need a buddy to help make an nk sound. So we have some words over here, and his buddy that he's working with today is the letter K. So you see our word pink, drink, and bank. N and K are being teammates to make just a tiny little bit different sound than just the plain N sound. I know it's really hard to hear, but there is just a little tiny bit difference between the N sound and the nk sound. And so that's what we're looking for today and practicing. You don't have to be a master at it, but I do want you to be able to see and notice, oh, N makes a little tiny bit different sound than nk. And nk is spelled with that teammate of N and K. Okay, so nap, fun, nod are some words that are spelled with just the letter N. Pink, drink, and bank are some words that are spelled with our teammates NK. All right, let's do a little practice, see if we can finding those words and see if we can put them in the right spot, okay? So find your kitty cat workbook page. We're going to be on 19.1. 19.1. It looks like this. Now, we've done pages like this before in class. We'll look at the first one together that they've done for you so you can kind of refresh your brain on how to do it. And then you, by yourself, or with help from an adult, can finish the rest of the page. All right, so first let's read sentence number 1. I'm hot. Can I have something to drink? All right, notice our special word drink has a little line on it, okay? And we have to decide, is it spelled just with the letter N? If it is, it's going to go in this column. But if it's spelled with an NK, it's going to go in this column. And of course, looking at our word drink, how is it spelled? Just with an N or an NK? That's right, it's spelled with an NK. So we wrote our word drink over here, just like they did for you, and you can trace over that if you want. So your job is to read the remainder of the sentences, look for our special underlined word, decide does it either have the spelling of just N or does it have the spelling of NK. If it's just spelled with N, make sure you put it in the right column, or if it's NK, it's going to go in this column. And make sure you watch your numbers so you put it in the right space and everything's all nice and lined up, okay? I know you're going to do a great job looking for the difference between N and NK. Do well, do your very, very best, your neatest handwriting, use your brain, make sure it's getting big and strong, and I'll see you tomorrow.